I'm Sarah, and I'm going to be taking you through a 1-hour Hatha Yoga class based on grounding. So the idea is we'll be working a little bit with the root chakra and just the feeling of being centered, being grounded, stabilized, and to feel that sense of security and support of the ground beneath us. So let's get started. I'll ask you to begin in Balasana, child's pose. So you can stay with the knees together. You can stay with the knees apart. You can have the arms forward, or you can have the arms behind you, whatever is most comfortable. And if child's pose is not comfortable for you, you can put a cushion below your knees. You can put a cushion in between your thighs and your calves, or you can simply find a different resting pose that's more comfortable for you, such as Shavasana, perhaps, or Crocodile pose. So we'll start here in Balasana. And just begin by really feeling the ground beneath you. Sink in really deeply and imagine as if there are roots extending from your hands, your arms, your legs, your forehead, all the way down into the ground. They extend straight into the earth. And as you inhale, imagine the roots growing. And as you exhale, sink deeper into the earth. And we'll stay here for just a few breaths, feeling that feeling of support of the earth beneath us. And here we can also begin to release any unnecessary emotions or thoughts or feelings that might be holding us back, making us feel worried or afraid. Release those down into the earth with the roots. Let them go, whatever doesn't serve you. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands underneath your shoulders and very gently push yourself up to a seat. Now we'll come to Sukhasana, the easy seat. Keep the right leg in front for now. And bring your hands to your sides. And just breathe here. And again, imagine those roots extending down from your legs, from your fingertips, from your tailbone into the earth. And on an inhale, we'll reach our arms up, look up. And on an exhale, we'll bring the hands back down. On an inhale, we'll reach up. And an exhale, back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. One last time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, back down. So place your hands in front of you and come onto your all fours for cat and cow. Again, you can place a cushion under your knees if this is uncomfortable for you. So spread the fingers wide, ground into the ground. Feel those roots extending from your hands and from your legs. And on an inhale, we'll tilt the pelvis, bring the chest forward and look up. And on an exhale, we'll tilt the pelvis back, round the back, protract the shoulders, and exhale. Inhale, cave in your back, look up. Exhale, protract the shoulders, round your back. Inhale, chest up, look up. And exhale, round to back. Now from here, Walk the hands just a little bit forward, tuck your toes, and come into your first down dog. And since this is our first, let's keep the knees bent, sorry. And then maybe we just extend one leg at a time and feel how that feels to root our heels into the earth. And then maybe we switch and switch. Really feel how this feels. What sensations are coming to your body? Root into your fingers as well. Reach your hips towards the sky. And then on your next exhale, try and bring both heels down to the ground. So root your heels down. Imagine those roots extending into the earth. Press into your fingers, reach your hips to the sky, and notice the stability you feel even as you're reaching your hips all the way into the sky. And stay here for just a few breaths. Breathing deeply. Good. Now, we're going to just gently walk our feet in to meet our hands. We're just going to come hips width apart, our feet. Perhaps you grab opposing elbows and just with the knees slightly bent, hang here, maybe sway side to side. In a little forward fold, it's just an easy one for this first start of class. And then release your hands and round yourself up to stand. Very slowly, gently, vertebrae by vertebrae. Feel yourself rise into Tadasana. So in Tadasana, you can stay with the feet hips width apart. Pick up your toes and spread them wide, and then place them back onto the floor. And feel those roots down into the ground from your toes, from your heel. Really feel stable. Engage your legs, your calves and your quads, so they're stabilizing you and holding you into place. Bring the navel in, bring the ribs in. Really engage this whole core area, front to back. And then we're going to extend the fingers down into the ground. Bring your shoulders down and back. And feel as if those roots are also extending down from your fingers into the ground. And just feel very strong and stable, how it feels. This is called mountain pose, Tadasana. So feel how it feels to be as stable as a mountain here. Really connected to the earth and rooting down. And even if you sway a bit, as we tend to, you feel that your feet are connected enough to the earth that you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to fall. You're here. You're stable. Root yourself down. And now, with this sense of stability that we gain from Tadasana and feeling these roots, we'll take 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar, sun salutations, to bring a little heat into the body, to warm up our joints. And I want you to just, whatever part of the body is touching the floor at that moment within this sequence, just feel those roots all the time, bringing you down into the ground, connecting you to the earth. So we'll take an inhale and exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up, perhaps a slight back bend. And exhale, forward fold. For this first one, just bend the knees a little. Forward fold. And on an inhale, bring your right leg back, drop your knee to the ground, untuck your toes. Bring your chest up, bring your head up, look up. Exhale, plant your hands, roots into the ground, and come back into a plank pose. Feel the stability here. Bring your knees down to the floor. Exhale, chest and chin to the ground. Inhale, slide through up into a small cobra here, our first cobra pose. And exhale, push back. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Breathe here. On your next inhale, we're going to bring the right foot in between the hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toe, chest up, head up. And on your next exhale, bring your left foot in to meet the right. Forward fold. Perhaps you play with straightening the knees. Inhale, reach your arms forward and up. Maybe a slight back bend. And exhale all the way back down, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, knee down, toes down, chest up, head up. Exhale, back into your plank pose. Bring your knees down. Exhale, chest and chin to the ground. Inhale, slide forward into a cobra pose. Exhale, shift back, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Again, feel the roots in this downward facing dog as we did with the first. Ground your heels, ground your hands. Feel how that counterbalances the act of raising the hips towards the sky. And breathe. On your next inhale, bring your left foot forward in between the hands. Drop your right knee, toes, chest up, head up. Exhale, bring your right foot forward to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Our next round, we'll do this with the feet together if you're comfortable. So inhale, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, chest up, head up. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward into cobra. Exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg forward, chest up, head up. Exhale, bring your left to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, all the way back down, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, chest up, head up. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose. Feel that strength. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg forward, right knee down, chest up, head up. And exhale, right leg forward, forward fold. Extend your arms forward all the way up on the inhale. And exhale, hands to heart. The last one, we'll come with feet together and we'll go just a little bit faster. So really following the breath here and imagining those roots. So inhale, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, chest up. Left leg back to meet the right. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Chest up, head up. Left leg forward to meet the right. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, head up, chest up. Exhale, plank pose, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra pose, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg forward, head up, chest up, and exhale. Right foot forward. Inhale, arms up, back bend. Exhale, hands down, Tadasana. Now just stay here for a moment, breathe. Feel how it feels in your body to have done these 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar. Feel that grounding and connection to the earth. And on your next exhale, bring your right foot back behind you, maybe 3.5, 4 feet, and spin the back foot out so that it's at about a 45-degree angle. Ensure that your heels are about in the same line. Bring your hips and your ribs to face forward, and then bend down into your front knee. Try to create a 90-degree angle here. I'm not far enough back, but do not exceed your knee past your ankle, right? Keep it directly over top. And feel that grounding. Really ground into the pinky toe side of your back foot. The back foot should really be carrying most of the weight here. And if you feel comfortable and you're ready, bring your arms up to the sky, warrior 1, and breathe. Feel yourself grounding down into the earth through your feet, even as your arms are reaching towards the sky. And on your next exhale, bring your arms down, clasp your hands behind your back, and on an inhale, reach them down into the ground with those roots. Maybe look up, take a slight back bend. And then on an exhale, come forward with your chest and your heart and lean over, diagonally over your front leg into a humble warrior. Bring your arms up and surrender to the earth beneath you. Thank the earth for supporting you here in this pose and in all poses. Keep breathing. Feel the stability, even as perhaps you wobble. And gently on the next exhale, come back up slowly. Release your hands, come back into warrior 1. And then spin the back leg maybe to 90 degrees. Maybe you widen your stance a bit. Open up your arms and come into a warrior 2. So in this warrior 2 now, you're still grounding down into the pinky toe side of the back foot. You're still grounding down here into the front foot. Make sure that your knee is far enough back that you can look down and see your first 2 toes, at least your first toe, the big toe. Your pelvis and ribs should be facing the side of your mat, and extend your arms at shoulder height. Bring your shoulders down. You shouldn't be up here at your ears. Bring your shoulders down, relax into it, and extend out through your fingers. So really feel how you're grounded here in this pose. And stay here and breathe. Really imagine those roots extending down through both feet. Again, most of the weight here should be on your back leg, so really, really root down through the pinky toe side, especially of that back foot. You should be gazing out. Your drishti, your gaze, should be out over the front fingers. And on the next exhale, we'll just bring our hands down to the mat, lift up the back heel, and come into a downward facing dog. We're just going to use this pose as a transition. So on the next exhale, bring your right foot forward in between your hands and turn your back heel so that your foot is at 45 degrees. Ground into the pinky toe side of the back foot. Ground into your front foot. Keep your knee bent at approximately 90 degrees. Hands on your hips, come up. Keep your pelvis neutral. Bring your ribs in, navel in. Bring everything towards the front and lift your arms up. Feel those roots, even as you extend your arms up to the sky. And on your next exhale, bring the hands down, clasp them behind your back, and on an inhale, extend the hands down into the ground and bring your chest towards the sky. Look up, slight back bend, and on an exhale, come forward, a little bit diagonally over your front leg into a humble warrior. Keep grounding your feet. It's important now, with the sense of balance, to ground into the ground. Feel that connection to the earth. And raise your arms up wherever it's comfortable for your shoulders. So feel this difference here. Grounding down through the feet, but extending up through the hands. Keep breathing. Keep imagining those roots straight into the ground. And on your next exhale, gently, slowly come back up. Release your hands. Turn your pelvis back forward and come into a warrior one. On the next exhale, we'll spin the body towards the side of the mat. I spin my back foot to 90 degrees, extend out through that back pinky toe side of my foot, and bring the arms forward to shoulder level. Gaze out your drishti at your front fingers. Ground into the mat. Feel strong and stable. And breathe. Make sure your ribs and navel are coming in towards your spine, so you're not puffing out your chest. Everything should just be neutral and stable. And on the next exhale, we'll bring our hands to the mat, lift up the back toes, step into a downward facing dog. Breathe here. Ground down and feel how it feels, this work we just did. These three very powerful warrior poses. To feel that connection to the earth, that sense of security that you're being supported at all times. Even if you wobble, even if you lose balance, the earth is still beneath you. On the next exhale, we'll bring the right foot forward in between the hands. We'll drop the back knee, untuck the back toes, bring our hands up to the sky, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So really feel, again, this rootedness. You're really coming down with your hips especially. We're going to keep the pelvis neutral, right? So come up to 90 degrees if you feel it's necessary. Check that your pelvis is neutral. And then keeping your pelvis where it is, we're going to move forward into our hips. So you should even feel those roots extending down through your front hip, down through your quads, down through your feet, your back leg, press into the toes, and bring your arms up to the sky. Keep your ribs soft, navel in, and breathe. On the next exhale, bring your left hand just below the shoulder and twist open to the right side. You can keep your head looking straight forward, or you can look up to the sky in an easy twist here. And if this is comfortable and you'd like to go one step further, you can tuck your back toes and lift your back knee off the ground. So here you're in a high lunge with a twist. Feel that rooting into your hand. Press down in order to press further up into the sky. And on the next exhale, bring your right hand down and come back into a downward facing dog. Breathe here. Feel your hips, feel your spine, feel your connection to the earth. And on the next exhale, we're going to bring the left foot forward in between the hands. Drop the right knee down, untuck the toes. Come up again and check your pelvis. Make sure your ribs are neutral and your navel is reaching towards your spine. And then reach forward and down with your hips. Feel those roots extending down through your hip flexors, through your quads, through your feet. And then take the opposing motion upwards as you press down. Really feel that stability and connection to the earth. Maybe if you're feeling really grounded, you look up to the sky. There's a bit of balance here. But the earth is still right there. Now bring your hands down on an exhale. Keep your hand rooted down into the ground, right over your shoulder, and twist open to your left side. Push down as you extend your hand up towards the sky. Really root down. And if you'd like to go further, you can extend your back knee up by tucking your toes and lifting up. Keeping that nice twist. Open up to the sky. And then on an exhale, bring your hands down. And this time, we'll step the right foot forward to meet the left. Hang here in a forward fold, just for a moment. And then extend up towards the sky. And back down. So we'll take a tree pose now here. So stand tall in Tadasana. You can keep your feet together or hip width apart. Really find that feeling again of being stable and rooted. This is what we need for balance in yoga and in life. Now shift most of your weight onto your left leg and really feel the left leg engage and root down. Then we're going to externally rotate the right leg and come to a tree pose. So if you're a beginner, maybe you just start right here. Maybe you come up to the shin. Or if you're at a more advanced level, perhaps you bring your knee into your groin. And bring your hands into prayer. Push into your standing leg with that foot to find that stability. Maybe you bring your arms up overhead. Maybe you open. Maybe you close your eyes. Just feel those roots. Imagine them extending deep into the ground. They're holding you here. Bring your hands back to your heart if they're not already. And release this right leg down to meet the left. Tadasana. Feel how it feels. Feel the strength that you've created in your left leg, the roots that you've created through your left foot. And now shift your weight towards the right leg. Externally rotate the left and bring your foot up to wherever it needs to be. So maybe it stays here for now, that's fine. Maybe it comes to your shin, or maybe it comes all the way up to your groin. And in your hands, wherever you need to keep them, perhaps they stay here. Maybe you keep your hands in prayer. Maybe you bring them up overhead. Extending your branches to the sky as your roots move down towards the earth. And you see in nature that trees have roots that extend down into the earth. And in that way, they're able to sway and be flexible when there's wind, when there's a storm, but they're still rooted, they're still grounded. Those roots give them that stability. And the flexibility is what allows them to stay standing. So even if you sway here, even if you're swaying in the wind because you can't quite find balance, even if you fall out, know that that foot is still there and the earth is still beneath you, supporting you. Bring your hands back to prayer and release that front foot. We're going to come into a chair pose next. So you can keep the feet at hips width apart, or you can bring them together, toes to touch. And we're going to sink down in the direction behind us. So don't sink down with your knees, sink down with your hips. So we're going to come down and as if you're taking a seat, but lean a bit forward. Most of your weight here should be in your heels. So you see, I can lift my front toes here. And then as you ground down into the earth through your heels, through your pelvis, through your hips, bring your arms up. And you can stay here. You can sink deeper. You can even look up towards your hands. You should really be feeling this firing in your quads. Your thighs are really what are keeping you here. And feel like grounding again into the earth. And stay, don't forget to breathe. Breathing is always important. Deep belly breaths. And on an exhale, come up and release your hands, Tadasana. Now bring your feet out about hips width and then turn them to about 45 degrees. And we're going to come down into Malasana, a yogi squat. So if this is difficult for you, you can put a cushion or a blanket or even blocks underneath your heels, Or you can put a block underneath your pelvis so you can sort of sit on it. Wherever you are, make sure that you can keep your back straight. So if you can come all the way down, but your back is here, maybe you lift so that you can keep your back really straight. Bring your hands into prayer right in front of your heart and use the elbows to push into your thighs, to push your legs away from you and to extend your back upwards. Now, this is a wonderful position for feeling that sort of stability into the ground. Your tailbone is very close to the floor now. So imagine a red globe of light circulating around the base of your spine at your Muladhara root chakra. And imagine those roots coming down from that chakra, from the base of your spine, extend downwards into the earth. From your feet, extend downwards into the earth. Really feel rooted here, strong and stable, connected to the earth, connected to yourself, your body, your mind. And stay here and just breathe into it. This can be quite an intense posture. If you're not used to it, just do the best you can. And on the next exhale, gently, we're going to come back down into Sukhasana, easy seat. Keep your right leg in front for now. Now we've done a lot of grounding work through the feet, through the quads. Now we're sitting, so really imagine through the base of the spine, through that tailbone, rooting down into the ground as well as your legs. Bring your arms up to the sky on an inhale. And on an exhale, come forward with a flat back, and then bring your hands down to the ground. If this is really difficult for you, maybe you sit on a cushion or a block. Maybe you put a block here in order to catch your forehead when we fold forward. On an inhale, extend your spine, bring your chest forward, look up, and on an exhale, come down towards the earth. Maybe you rest your head on the mat, maybe you rest your head on a block. But your head should be making a connection to something, so feel that the roots even coming from your third eye, from your forehead down into the ground. And stay here and breathe. On the next inhale, lift yourself back up to a flat back. Bring your arms up and come back down. We're going to switch the cross of the legs, so the left leg is in front. And we'll do the same thing on this side. So you can move the flesh away, so you're really sitting down onto your sits bones. Feel that connection. If you can't make that connection and keep your back straight, maybe you sit on a block or a cushion. Bring your arms up. And then bring your arms forward, your chest forward, your back straight. And then bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, come forward. Forehead to the floor or to a block, wherever you can reach. Feel the grounding through your hands pressing down, through your forehead, through your legs, and down through the base of your spine, the Muladhara chakra, reaching down, connecting you to the earth. And breathe, always, always breathe. This is a good hip opening stretch as well. So you might be releasing some unnecessary emotions, fear or worry, sadness, whatever it might be. Just breathe into that sensation. Don't grip, don't hold it. The earth is supporting you. On an inhale, look up. Back straight, chest up. And then bring your arms up, inhale. And hands back down to the mat, exhale. Now we're gonna come down onto our backs here. So gently come down onto your back. Bring your feet towards your body as far as you can that's comfortable, right? So if you can't get them all the way, that's fine. Keep them where they can stay. They might be here. They might be all the way in. And then ground down through your feet. Place your hands, palms down on the mat. Ground down through your hands, your shoulders, and lift your hips up to the sky. Engage your quads. Bring your chest up. Bring your hips up. Squeeze. Breathe. And come back down. If you're having difficulty with the legs, you can put a block in between your thighs to ensure that they're squeezing together and engaging properly. That's a great thing to do. Inhale. On the next exhale, we're going to lift the hips again. Press down into the floor. Feel the roots now. They're not just in your legs, now they're in your hands, in your arms, in your shoulders, in the back of your head. Extending down, supporting you into the earth. And exhale. Come back down. Take a break. We'll do this one more time. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hips up. Maybe you scoop your shoulders underneath you and clasp your hands underneath and push into the ground as you lift your hips up. Engage your quads to lift a little bit higher. And breathe. And on the next exhale, release gently back down to the floor. Now we'll stay in the same position with the knees bent, but lift your hips slightly and move them over to the left a bit. Bring your knees up and rotate them, twist them to the right side. If they don't land on the floor, you can put a block underneath to support them. Bring your arms out to shoulder width and twist. Look to your left hand. Make sure that your left shoulder is really pressing down to the floor. So it's more important that your shoulder be down than that your knees be down. So if pressing your shoulders down make your knees come up, that's okay. Put a block underneath them to create that support. And breathe here as well. It's always important to breathe. Feel the nice twist, wringing out your organs. Feel yourself on the earth. Many different parts of your body here. Bring your knees back up when you're ready. Gently, slowly. Bring your hips back to the middle. And then lift your hips and bring them slightly to the right. Drop your knees to the left. Twist and look to the right. Make sure your shoulder is grounding down. If the visualization is helpful, imagine roots coming down through your shoulder blades into the ground, really pulling you into the ground. And on the next exhale, climb back up to center. Shift your hips to center. Extend your legs down. Extend your arms up overhead. Press out, extend, 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 and release. Externally rotate both of your hips. Bring your right leg up, bend your knee, bend your left knee as well. Bring the soles of your feet together. Come to as close as you can, right? So maybe you're not all the way up with your heels to your groin. Maybe you're here. That's fine. Come wherever it's comfortable. And if this is really challenging for your hips, you can also place blocks under your thighs to relieve some of that pressure and allow your hips to release. You can keep your arms gently to the side, and we'll stay here for just a few breaths in reclined Supta Baddha Konasana, bound angle or butterfly pose. Just relaxing a little bit into it before we take our final resting pose, Shavasana. Really feel gravity, bringing your knees closer to the ground. Again, imagine those roots along your entire spine and your tailbone and your knees, your feet, your hands, your head, and sink on every exhale further into the ground. Really release and relax into it. Feel the sense of support of the earth beneath you. And if you're feeling really comfortable here, feel free to stay. But if you'd like to come into Shavasana, our final resting pose, gently, gently, maybe with the assistance of your hands, bring your knees back up together. Bring the tailbone under, so you unhook your pelvis basically, so it's kind of flat on the floor and comes back to the natural curve. And then extend your legs out to the corners of your mat and let your legs gently fall open. Bring your shoulder blades underneath your body so you feel really supported. And bring your arms out to your sides, not too far, but wherever is comfortable. Make any adjustments that you need in your body to feel really good here. This should feel relaxing, calming. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. Really go inwards here. If this is not comfortable for you, you always have the option to lay on your stomach in crocodile pose, supporting your head in your hands. Or you're always, always welcome to take a child's pose as your rest, wherever you feel comfortable. And you can let yourself really relax and feel the benefits of your practice. So just this final time, imagine roots extending the entire length of your back body, from your toes, relaxing into the floor, up your calves, relaxing into the floor, your knees relax into the floor, your thighs relax into the floor. Your hips and the base of your spine. Imagine again that glowing, warm ball of red light and roots extending from that point into the ground at the base of your spine. Really feeling that sense of security, connection to the earth, to yourself, to others. And then all the way up your spine. Feel those roots extending and bringing you deeper, sinking deeper into the ground. Bring those roots across your shoulder blades and relax your shoulders deeper into the ground. And then all the way down your arms to your hands and your fingers. Allow them to release and relax into the ground. Relax your neck into the ground. Relax the back of your head into the ground. Relax your face, your jaw, your tongue. Let everything release. And let yourself feel really heavy, knowing that you are supported and that you can let go. And stay here for a few minutes, or as long as you'd like. Whenever you're ready, begin to bring awareness back to the body. Feel how heavy your body feels. And start to bring deeper breaths to your diaphragm. And then gently begin by bringing a little bit of movement into your fingers and your toes. Maybe you bring your legs together and your arms overhead and you stretch like you would in the morning when you first wake up. Stretch, 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 stretch. And exhale, bring your knees together and bring them into your chest. Hold your knees into your chest here just for a second. When you're ready, you can gently roll onto your right side, using your arm as a pillow. When you're ready, keep your eyes closed, but push your hand into the floor to bring yourself up. We're going to come to whatever seat is comfortable for you at the front of your mat. Bring your hands together in a prayer position at your heart center. We're going to chant Om together one time, inviting you to keep your eyes closed if they are and that feels good for you. So inhale. Bring your chin to your chest. Gently blink open your eyes. Look down. Raise your head up. Namaste. Thank you so much for taking this class with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel connected and grounded to the earth, to yourself, and to others. Namaste.